Hey guys, welcome to a new episode of my Sidus Hero's journey, and today I'm going to cover the most important changes implemented by patch version 0.1.5, which include the addition of a new ability and team play tactics, as well as fixing the energy point deduction bug. First of all, Bluff has been introduced as a one-time ability that costs 2 energy and is active for 6 turns, which means 3 turns for each side. Once activated, all damage the opponent deals during those 6 turns is negated, even if that means preventing a kill. When I initially tested it, I thought it was bugged, but in reality it just requires a bit of explanation on how the mechanic works. First of all damage you take during the 6 turns is negated, no matter if it's all in a single turn or spread over multiple turns. Moreover, if Bluff prevents you from getting killed, the ability fades. This means that if in the same turn the enemy manages to deal lethal damage, you will lose the fight. For example, in this case I activated Bluff when I had 8 hit points left, and when the enemy attacked me, Bluff saved me from dying after his first basic attack and it restored me to 8 hit points, meaning that his next attack killed me. Very important to note that effects deal their additional damage as a separate source, exactly how the text indicates it. What I mean by this is that if Bluff prevents you from dying from the primary weapon damage, but it also triggers an effect, Bluff only absorbs the weapon damage and you still get hit by the effect. If you want to learn more about effects, check out this video I made. This ability adds a whole new dimension to the game, as players will have to decide what turn to use their abilities, as the energy points spent on negated attacks will not be recovered, thus wasting all their skipped turns. And just like that, the perceived advantage of the player who attacks first is suddenly lost. Turns become psychological games, as characters skipping an additional turn might just be using their bluff. The best strategy I found for 1v1 is to skip the first turn and use 4 energy points to attack, as the opponent will most likely not have used his bluff. If you're playing with a weapon and you use a high vitality build, you can skip using bluff until a later turn in the game, thus extending your advantage. As I said, mind games will be an important part of Sidus and will keep us all on our toes. One meta that was dominant after the previous patch was OGs and Voltrons using the wave modulator, triggering the steam and short circuit effects, which were simply eating away the enemy's energy points, preventing him from acting, especially if he was using the taser. This is being fixed as well in this patch, as the wave modulator now costs 3 energy points instead of just 2, making it harder to combo quickly. From the medium post, apparently the railgun pistol's bleed effect has been fixed as well, but as I'm stacking my loot boxes, I don't have this weapon to test it. The other major change was the fact that basic abilities can now be used on other characters on your team when playing 2v2 or 3v3. Raptorians heal, Voltrons apply a shield around a friendly target, while OGs increase the critical chance of the next attack for your ally. However, players will have to take into consideration that these abilities will also apply the race-specific status on your allies, meaning that even though you provide valuable buffs, those characters are also at risk of having effects triggered on them. This particular change sets up the stage for the upcoming matchmaking system patch that the team announced during their latest AMA. You will be able to queue for 3v3 even if you don't have 3 characters, and you will have the other team slots filled by another player. To be honest, I wasn't expecting this, but I think it is a wise decision as it boosts the multiplayer aspect of the game even more. From my experience, the best friendly ability is the Raptorians, as the heal is instant, whereas Voltron's shield expires after 1 or 2 rounds if the ally is not attacked. It is not mentioned by how much OGs increase critical hit chance, so I can't estimate its impact accurately, but I believe that the best usage will be on a friendly character that is going to use the taser in order to maximize its damage. As a conclusion, especially if you're going for a full weapon build for 3v3, I believe that the best tactic is the one I described in my previous video. Skip the first 2 turns in order to get the most out of your weapons. As I mentioned so many times in the past, each patch feels like a breath of fresh air, diversifying the gameplay and forcing players to rethink their strategies. For me personally, Sidus is the first game I have had the opportunity to play right from the beginning and watch it develop, based on the community's feedback. I can't wait for Central Station modules patch and vesting boxes to be implemented so that I can finally open all of my loot boxes. Many big updates are lined up in the short term for Sidus and I couldn't be more bullish. Let me know down in the comments what you are most excited about in Sidus, and as always, if you found this video helpful, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.